everyone, welcome to another episode of Spill the Tea with Tommy D. This week we're going to another tea by our friends at Tea and Absinthe, which, if you remember from last episode, is the cool tea company I found from Comic-Con. This week though, this isn't one of their fandom inspired teas, this is one of their regular blends, but it's called Irish Whiskey Cream. And this is a black tea. This one has an Assam black tea, which is actually a slight alteration from our usual Chinese black tea. Because this is from India, and it required a little bit of a variation of the Camellia sinensis to grow in the different climates in India. So the tea leaves are actually called Camellia assamica. So it has some Assam black tea, which I think they probably chose this very specifically for an Irish whiskey cream tea, because Assam tea tends to be pretty rich and malty. I had one, it was like a golden Assam, and it reminded me of an ale almost. That's how malty it was, just a beer almost. It was so malty. So it has Assam black tea, cocoa bits, and it just says flavor, which I'm not really a fan that that's just the word they put. As much as I love this tea company, that's a little ambiguous for me. I would have liked to know, even, a lot of times they use these oils or essences, but it'd be nice to know exactly what they use. But I'm assuming it's kind of like a vanilla or a cream flavor. Oh man, it smells so good. So I can smell the, it's very deep, rich maltiness of the Assam black tea, and it's cut with that rich sweetness of the cocoa nibs. I like that word. I don't know why. Too. So this one, it's a flavored blend. So I usually, for flavored blends, do 1.5 teaspoons per 8 ounces of water. I got my big hefty 16-ounce mug here, so we're gonna do 3 teaspoons of this tea. All right. Let's take a look at it. So, looking at it, it's pretty straightforward. I see black tea leaves, and I see cocoa nibs. I can see they're just little chopped up pieces of chocolate. It looks like they took a chocolate bar and took a cheese grater to it or something. All right. So, this tea is going to be a 3-minute steep time I'm going to do. It says 3 to 5 minutes, but you know me, like to get that second infusion. I got my boiling water because it's a black tea. Whoop. It smells good, I'll tell you that much. Whatever that flavor is. Alright, so tea leaves in here. Boiling water. Steamy. Cool. Alright. I've come to realize that I'm actually a really big fan of, tacky things. I appreciate a good tacky thing. And I think, one of the biggest things is mugs. I feel like if you have a household, you should have I'll let you have one set of mugs, but the rest of them should be tacky gifted mugs. That's how mugs work. I don't want to see, if I go over to your house and you have a nice set and I'm where's the mug with your pet with the stretched out face on it? And they're just I don't have one. I'm ugh, I don't like that. Right? A good mug should you should wake up in the morning and be am I going with the picture of my children on it that's kind of gritty looking because it doesn't print right on the pictures? Or do I go with my favorite, my sarcastic says, I'm not a morning person, as I drink my tea or coffee? I think that's how mugs should work. The other thing I'm kind of a fan of, unpopular opinion, a good lawn ornament. Because it makes such a statement, and I know that there's so many times I hear about people yeah, my neighbor's up my ass, he's saying my lawn's not looking good enough. Well, here's what you do for those types of neighbors. The big F-U army of lawn gnomes, I don't care what you think of me, says it. I love it. I think it's perfect. It's just the ultimate, the people that are going to be upset by it are the neighbors I don't want to know. And then the neighbors that show that appreciation, you're all right. What's that? Jim, you like my lawn gnome? You're coming over for a barbecue, Jim. I like you. Like the cut of your jib. Biggest one. The biggest one out of all of the tacky things is Christmas ornaments. And this is very appropriate. Holiday season is coming up. If I go to your house and I see your Christmas tree and all of the ornaments are from sets and they all match together, I'm not looking for presents under that tree. I'm looking for bodies because you're a psychopath. Christmas ornaments should be like, I'll give it to you. 20% set. 20% of those ornaments should be from a set. Maybe like 50% of them should be gifts from people or family or just fun things you find. And then the other, like, oh man, I'm bad with math. 30% should be like, especially if you have kids, they should be like those monstrosity homemade ornaments that your kids make. Like I had one on my tree that I made. My mom put it up with pride. It was literally just an egg carton piece with like glued on feathers. And like that's what you should have. It shouldn't be like that's, if you look at your tree and you're like, I don't have any like family members or cool homemade ornaments that my family made me. Well, your family hates you and you messed up. Question your life choices. Happy holidays, everyone. We got our cup of Irish whiskey cream right here. I'm going to take a look at these tea leaves. Now, I've done a couple other teas with some cocoa nibs in them, so the cocoa nibs, usually tea 0 calories. There'll probably be some trace calories in this because the cocoa kind of infuses in it like a very, very low calorie hot chocolate. So, as far as visual goes, I see some opened up black Assam tea leaves. Even got a little stem here looking at. Alright, let's give it a smell. Yeah, so I smell, oh, alright, I smell, oh wait, hold on. The flavor, actually, now that I smell on the tea leaves, it seems like they were maybe some sort of essence of a whiskey flavor, because now I smell, yeah, I smell like a little, maybe a hint of vanilla, but definitely like a whiskey. Nice. Well done, Tea and Absinthe. I wish you would just specify that, though. Whiskey flavor. It's freaking 11 o'clock right now, but now I just want a cup of whiskey. So yeah, so I smell the black tea leaves and some whiskey flavor. And then, yeah, just see opened up tea leaves. Alright, the brew is very nice. Pretty standard for a black tea brew, like a deep reddish brown. Looks good. It's very, very hot because I use that boiling water, so I'm going to just be nice and careful with this. I smell a lot of that maltiness from the Assam black tea, to be honest. And then I can smell a bit of the cocoa. Yeah, and some hints of the whiskey. So I think maybe the creaminess from it comes from the cocoa bits, and then they use like a essence of whiskey of some sort flavor there. Oh wow, yeah, nice. This would be good if you made like if one of you ever had a hot toddy. If you scrap the honey and lemon juice, but just make a cup of this bad boy. Throw a little something in there. But you do want to, if you're going to do that at, I guess this would be a day drinking kind of thing. Party hardy, you know what I mean? Because the caffeine will keep you up and the whiskey will put you down. I don't really know. Yeah. Nice. Irish whiskey cream, baby. Yeah, hints of whiskey. I get that sweetness from the cocoa nibs and that maltiness from the Assam black tea. This is delightful. That's Irish whiskey cream from Tea and Absinthe. So, that'll be the end of this episode. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever else I'm supposed to say. Snag some Tea and Absinthe tea, and we will see you on the next episode.